Good morning. I am a lot more awake today, so let's see if we can actually get some stuff done. Um, just move her around. Ugh. I was debating, switching to drawing the leaders, deputies, and healers, but I think I'm gonna continue with these guys until they're done, and then I'll do the high-ranking characters. Because everyone needs redesigns. Everyone needs designs or redesigns, and it's gonna take me a while, but and I have to go through with my list of characters because eventually I'd like to have full allegiances designed. But I need to completely redo Eclipse Clan because none of them are. I don't like any of them. There's like a few that aren't main characters that I'm gonna keep. But the others I don't. I need to get rid of even more because these clans are huge, but I may just deal with having 30 to 40 cats in each clan. Whatever, it really doesn't matter. Anyway. That is behind the scenes stuff that y'all are not gonna see. What you guys are gonna see, possibly. I don't know if you guys would be interested. I am working on a video. I was originally gonna do a. Let me start coloring this girl while I'm yapping. I was originally going to do a Clan Gen challenge, but I didn't like how those were coming out. Plus, Clan Gen just updated, and it's kind of difficult to do a challenge when there's so much new stuff. So I have decided that I'm gonna do a little one of those yearly Clan Gen things where you go year by year. And I've decided that it's going to be taking place within my universe, the same universe as Sun Clan, Moon Clan, and Eclipse Clan. Sorry, I'm just waiting for more people to possibly appear. I haven't decided if it's truly canon or not, because I'm trying to justify there being other clans, but, um, hi, AC Drift. But, so the clan I chose is named, Horizon Clan, which I actually did a couple years ago. I tried to do the same thing with a clan called Horizon Clan. It never panned out, and I sold most of those designs. But I'm back with renewed passion, I guess. And I'm still trying to decide. I think I want to bring my gifted cats into it. I just need to decide how much that fits. Because the plan would be, so one of the, something that isn't super plot relevant to Echoes or Blood and Water is the fact that there is a group of cats living in a valley in the middle of the mountains that SunClan lives right by. And they are made up of, in modern day, they're made up of the ancestors of cats who fled the clans after Crimson Sky tried taking out all the gifted cats. So the potential would be that Horizon Clan is what came of those cats. Potentially. It may just be like an alternate universe thing, because where did I miss? It may be an alternate universe thing, because I don't know how I'd justify there being, like, 3 other clans up there. They'd be far enough away that they wouldn't interact with Sun, Moon, or Eclipse Clan. Those cats just don't go far enough into the mountain to be able to run into the Horizon Clan cats. I'll have to think about it more, especially as I go through the years. What do you want, doggy? Hi. Give me a moment. Dog needs attention. Alright, I'm back. But yeah, I'll have to think about it. I have to design the characters. I don't know if you guys would want me to do that on stream. I couldn't really talk about them all that much because I still need to go through my notes. But maybe I'll do that. As to who I'm drawing, let's shift focus to that. I am coloring Fern Holly. I tried talking about her yesterday, but I was too tired. And nothing I said made any sense. So let's talk a little bit about her. As I said yesterday, I have no clue who Fern's parents are. Her mother is definitely Rose Shade. I think. I may have to just invent her parents. I don't know. Anyway. Whoa. That hasn't happened in a while. Okay. Hopefully, I'm back. Okay. I think everything's back. OBS just decided to lag real bad. It hasn't done that in a while. Anyway, again, as I said yesterday, Fern didn't show much interest in anything. And then she decided that she wanted to become a healer, and once she got that stuck in her head, it was a done deal. No one could convince her that being a warrior would be better. It helped that her friend, Nightpaw, had also become a healer. Let me fast forward to I'm trying to think what I did talk about yesterday, and if I should just repeat it all. Anyway. I guess I will for... So... Sorry, now I gotta calibrate what I was gonna say. Another recap is Nightfeather is the son of Moonfeather and Rainfall, and I gotta go get the dog. Give me a second. Okay, the most important parts are that the clans think that Nightfeather is gifted, and Fern just wanted to tag along. And once they restart the half-clan moon meetings, or half-clan day meetings, half-moon day meetings. That's the word I meant. Um, Fernpaw and Nightpaw are introduced to the other two apprentices of the clans. Stormpaw, who seems pretty uninterested in everything that's going on, and the new cats he's just met. And Dovepaw, who seems maybe a little too interested. She's very... I'll get more into Dovepaw when I talk about her, or when I draw her. But, she is really looking for companionship. And she's hoping to find it in these new cats. And she does find it, in Nightpaw. They connect very quickly. Anyway, again, as I said yesterday, Nightpaw, Dovepaw, and Fernpaw end up in a kind of love triangle, except Fern is the only one participating. Because Nightpaw and Dovepaw very quickly catch feelings for each other. Nights are pretty genuine. Dove is not quite sure if hers are, but she's excited by the thrill of sneaking around. So she decides it's fine. Fernpaw, on the other hand, is not excited that they are getting along, and she very desperately wants to be noticed by Nightpaw, who honestly doesn't really... He sees her as kind of an annoying younger sister. Also, hi. Anyway. The most important part to their story in particular, is the fact that after Mossy Glow attacks Osprey Star, and Osprey declares essentially that SunClan should give MoonClan any cats with MoonClan blood from SunClan. Where did my words go? Sorry, let me rethink of what I was saying. While Mossy Glow is fighting for her friends in Sun Clan, in Moon Clan, Fern Holly has had enough. Something, I'm trying to remember what the catalyst was, but either way, something happened, and she decided that she was going to take matters into her own paws. And so, while being petty, she confesses, quote unquote, to gosh, where are my words? She tells Osprey Star that the reality is that she is MoonClan's gifted cat, and that Nightpaw or Night. Sorry, I jumped so far in the timeline that I'm messing up their names. She says that she is the gifted cat, and that Nightfeather has been in a half-clan relationship the whole time. And she gets Nightfeather kicked out of MoonClan, which he's devastated about, and she, in a twisted sense, hopes that that'll knock some sense into him, and he'll decide that Dovewater is not worth this happening. Little does she know, she's literally sending him into the paws, essentially, of Dove. Yes, a lot of things happen in the 48 hours after Mossy Glow absolutely slaps Osprey Star, including a good chunk of Sun Clan leaving, in Moon Clan, another chunk of Moon Clan is kicked out by Osprey Star, and then Eclipse Clan is kind of on the sideline. So actually, oh right. So yes, they do originally try to go to Eclipse Clan once they are kicked out, but okay, I messed up. But the leader, Kestrel Star, is having none of it. Plus Dovewater's not even there. So then they try to go to Sun Clan, but are found by Nettlepool, who then brings them to their quote-unquote secret hideout, to their base, I guess, where the Sun Clan cats have been staying. And it just so happened that in Eclipse Clan, Dovewater has been led here to where the Sun Clan cats are. So they end up in the same place anyway. Plus, you can't really blame Fern. She is, I don't know, she's just barely... They've just barely earned their, full healer names by the time that any of this starts happening. So she is not thinking quite as clearly as she should. So when they're there, I'm trying to think. No, it's fine. You can blame the child. She did some bad things. And she's technically an adult, so... No, she is a brand new healer, essentially. These cats are young and they've been given far too much power. To deal with at such a young age. So, anyway. I'm trying to think. Sorry, let me focus on these markings really quick while I think about where the story went next. Right, let's talk about... I've talked about what the quote-unquote rebellion, I don't have a good name for it, what they're doing over there. How many characters do I have in this universe? Let's see. This story, in particular, has 3 clans with at least 30 cats each. Plus a few extras. Then there's a sequel that adds another like 10 or so characters. More than that, like another 20 characters per clan. As I shuffle around the allegiances. And then I've got another sequel that's not finished. And I've got a couple there's a lot of cats. Which is why it probably sounds a little jumbled as I talk, because I'm trying to remember where everyone is at one time. And who I'm talking about. And as much as I've tried to keep names unique, it is very hard to do. This story has existed since 2020, so I have thought about it a lot. I've had a lot of time to come up with characters, and as I've gotten bored with the current story, I just make another one, and whichever ones stick, I just continue with. So, this story that I'm talking about right now, Echoes of the Past, or the Echoes of Stars, I haven't decided which name I like better, does have an ending. And a sequel called Blood and Water, that also has an ending. So, this story, its sequel, and its prequel called Reunite the Stars, all have decided endings. Plus, I've done some extra, like, in-between stuff. Just for fun. That sounds like I just need to write a book. This is my alternative to writing a book, just thinking non-stop about these characters for years. Someday I'd love to write a book. I just need to learn how to do that. What was I? So yeah. I've talked about how many characters already. Mostly I've talked for how many hours already. And I have not scratched the surface on the amount of characters that exist in this universe. Because guess what? In the sequel, there's a whole other clan, or a whole other group of clans that briefly show up. Um, Plus, if I add Horizon Clan into this into everything, there's a lot going on. I'm trying to think I'm trying to think of what else is important with Fern specifically. This goes a little after the end of the story, but so a war happens, and the war is stopped by our protagonists. Hope you're okay, Leo. A war happens and then is stopped, and as everyone is as things are calming down, Fern Holly watches as Nightfeather and Dovewater talk, and in one last fit of rage, she goes to attack Dovewater. Are you okay, Leo? I hope everything's okay. She's stopped before she attacks Dovewater. And she finally just gives up. And for a good couple of moons, she and Nightfeather don't talk. It's to the point where she essentially kicks him out of the healer's den, and he's got to make a whole new one. So for a good while, Moon Clan has 2 healer's dens, and clanmates just have to decide who they'd rather deal with. But in the years that follow, Fern eventually mellows out, and they make up, but they never get together or anything. And fun fact, at this point in time, Nightfeather and Dovewater also break up. Oh, right, I guess I never re-explained that. So, Nightfeather and Fern Holly, are around the same age. They are healer apprentices together, under Sand Swirl, who is getting old and needs someone to succeed her. Yeah, In other drafts of the story, um, in the first draft of the story, uh, Dovewater is pregnant during the battle, and so Fern attacks a pregnant woman. But then I decided I didn't really like that, and it felt like as I redeveloped Dovewater's character, it felt more that she was in the relationship to escape the stress of her life, because she's a healer's apprentice, with a mentor who just got their full name. Spring Breeze is like 14 moons old. When she's a year old when she takes on Dovepaw. And there's also the fact that Dovepaw is dealing with the stress of the fact that she looks. I need to redesign her, but Dove looks just enough like Angel Wish that it's worrying to people. Plus, the last gifted that Eclipse Clan had was Angel Wish, who did a bad. So then she decides that she's not quite sure where her feelings lie, and she decides that it would probably be better for Nightfeather that they break up, even though Night doesn't really want to. They do eventually get back together. This is long after. They've both kind of moved on with their lives. This is in the sequel. They've moved on with their lives, but Dovewater kind of regrets it. She regrets that they're not still together. And Nightfeather still clearly has feelings for her. So after the shenanigans that are the sequel, which maybe I'll talk about when I doodle some of the sequel characters, they do end up back together. After all the craziness. And I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Because also, Moon Clan's camp is lit on fire at one point, and so Nightfeather lives in Eclipse Clan for a while. So to answer that question, with if the clans are alright with half-clan relationships, in Echoes, they're not. They're still trying to figure things out, because the clans, at that point, it's been a long time since the clans have interacted. And they finally just started interacting again. I mean, it's been like 10 years, but or 5 to 10 years. I haven't decided how long it's been. But the clans just having gatherings and being in each other's lives is still a new shaky thing. But eventually, the clans, within the time skip between Echoes and Blood and Water, the clans kind of reshape how they think about half-clan relationships. And they shift it more to how it's done in the canon books. This was totally not. It totally wasn't just the fact that Echoes was created while the Broken Code was still coming out, or anything. And it totally is. Anyway. So, it's less taboo. There's still cats that aren't totally cool with it, but I mean, it had already been happening. Because even in Echoes, like, one of the main characters, Nettlepool, moves to Sun Clan to be with his mate. And Swanfeather only allows it because, she is sympathetic. Because, her sister had a half-clan mate. Otherwise, she probably would have sent Nettlepool home. Which would be a fun AU. It would be a fun thing to play around with. I'm going to switch to drawing out Nightfeather. Or do I want to draw Dove? No, I'll do them in order. I've switched to drawing Nightfeather then. Let me actually switch to his. I've got their Toy House profiles on my other screen. Anyway. Do I want his ears to be that tall? This reference art, I think, is from, like, 2021, I'd like to say. And clearly my art style has changed a lot, even from this. I might be able to check. If you want to see my old 2020 art, this is, let me, give me a moment. Oops. So this is my first concept for Mossy Glow, Angel Wish, and Nettle Pool. And if I can find it. I don't remember what I put it. Where? Got about 1,000,000 files. I gotta sort through. Here they are. And this is their current designs. This is in my chibi style. This is not in my full style. But yeah, they've changed a lot. Besides Angel Wish. Angel Wish has always just been a white cat. Though she did get significantly bigger. She just grew in my mind, and now she's huge. Whoops. But yeah, the designs that I'm referencing are from. I did a huge. I did these two huge character lineups. This was all of the healers from arcs 1 and 2. So like we've got Pale Whisper, Sand Swirl, and Honeybee. There's our main characters and the characters I just drew. No, I do have it's a more detailed style. Let me see. I just recently started doing this simpler. Where am I? This simpler style that I've been drawing with. Mostly because I had a lot of art block, but this is a base, but this is my normal style. It's a little more detailed, mostly in defined feet and a defined muzzle. Other than that, it's mostly the same to the chibi style. Oh, crap. I forgot something on Fern's design. Yeah. GBs don't get feats because I don't like drawing them. They also don't get muzzles because I don't like drawing those either. Chibis are just everything I do like drawing. Um, I took all the difficult stuff out of it. Anyway, now that I've fixed up Fern, um, but yeah, I did these huge. This isn't even the bigger one. Um, this is just the healers, and then I did one with their siblings and mates, and it is double the size. Um, and this is a good like 25 characters, and I still have more characters to design. Plus, I want to redesign all of these guys. I've got a lot of work ahead of me if I want to do this, but yeah, it's a lot. Um, we'll see how far I get before I inevitably give up again. Because fun fact, those 2 pages I did are not even all of them. I also did this one never got finished, and I've since cropped it to only include the characters that I did finish. But I also did these are our Sun Clan important cats for the sequel, Blood and Water. They need major redesigns because I don't like any of their designs. But they are for another time. And I didn't even get to the characters that I actually liked, but let me actually get to drawing Nightfeather, who, as I said yesterday, has the fun job of how he's got a lot of siblings. So he is the half brother of Nettlepool. I said this yesterday, but maybe when I draw their parents, I'll actually talk about the situation in depth. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog sniffing back there. I don't know what she's doing. But where is my boy? There's no boy. So Nightfeather has some important family. He not only was his half brother MoonClan's gifted cat, but also his family is related to what are you grousing about? Give me a moment. I gotta figure out what my dog wants. Okay. Anyway. She's fine. So, anyway, his family's important. That's the moral of that story. Because his mom is the daughter of Hawkstar, who is MoonClan's leader for the first half of the story. He doesn't make it to the second half of the story. It's fine. But anyway, it is decided mostly by Osprey Star that clearly Nightfeather must be important because he was given to, I don't know. He must be important because of the family he's a part of. So, and even though I haven't decided whether the cats do know, what the leader, or not leader, the, gifted mark is, which I haven't had to draw it on any of these cats, but, you can find in the Echoes gallery on DeviantArt, you can find my full explanation of what the gifted are. But essentially, they've got a mark on their forehead, a white mark on their forehead, which signifies that they've been touched by the stars and thus are given powers. But even if they do have knowledge of the gifted mark, it's not in his design here because I hadn't invented that part. I hadn't. Gifted marks weren't a thing when I made this design. What the? I don't even know how that happened. But you'll see it when I color him. But essentially, he is this black, dark gray, and he's got a full nose, a full white nose marking, which it goes up far enough that it could hide his mark, because if you look at Angel Wish, she is a gifted cat, but she's all white, so she doesn't have a visible uh gifted mark. She's still gifted though. Fun things, fun. Where was I? I'm probably not gonna end up finishing this guy today, but we'll see how far I get. Whether they know about the gifted mark or not, it is decided that Night Kit is probably gifted. He's shown enough false positives that it's easy enough for Osprey Star to convince her sister that it's possible. And so he is made a healer. He doesn't really care either way. He's fine with being made a healer's apprentice. He probably would have been a fine warrior, but you know, he's not going to argue with his leader or his mother. About if he's important or not. And so he is made a healer's apprentice under Sand Swirl, and he is pretty average at his job. He's not like crazy good, and he does not have the same connection to StarClan that the other healers do. He's still got some connection, but it's not all that strong. Oops. Lovely. I love when I do that. Love that. But I talked about his story already. Pretty much him falling for Dovepaw, and then they sneak out to meet each other. Nightpaw is not huge into it. I mean, his family is important, and his aunt is literally the leader. So he feels like he's gonna get. He knows that if he's caught, he's gonna get in some trouble. Dovepaw doesn't care because her dad is the leader, and she knows that she can talk him out of severe punishment. Plus, Dove just doesn't really care. But, anyway. They also sneak around because Knight actually does really care about Dovewater. But it all comes to a head when he is kicked out of the clan. Okay. See ya, J-Pause. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again. Where was I? So, everything comes to a head when, Fern Holly gets him kicked out of the clan. He is absolutely devastated by this. He doesn't know how to deal with it. And so they try to seek refuge in Eclipse Clan. I think, yeah. But again, it doesn't work because Kestrel Star is not having it. And so they find their way to the group. I still don't know what to call it. And at some point, Nightfeather grapples with the fact that he is not one of the gifted, because he's been told from a young age that he is important. But it turns out that he's just a normal cat. He doesn't have any powers like his friends. And he doesn't have a strong connection to StarClan like his mentor. He's just an average cat who is put on too high of a pedestal by the adults in his life. And it's a huge struggle for him. And when Dovewater comes up with the idea that they should help by finding Angel Wish, who showed up to the party, was like, hey, and then was immediately kicked out because it's been a year and she didn't visit her girlfriend, so. Anyway. They go. What is going on with OBS? I hope there's not something wrong with my internet. Anyway, I don't know what his little healer accessory should be. Anyway, he helps find Angel Wish, and he's the one to convince her to come back and help. Which he feels pretty proud of. Um, and then of course everything that happened within the battle. Maybe I'll do a full like thing talking about the war and the big battle that's like the climax of the story um in another stream. Because I can only dance around it so much. Um Maybe he'll get the juniper berries. Anyway. So yeah, his story is not as interesting. Um Dove definitely gets the most interesting story of the four of them. Um which is, I mean, that's a little sad because she's the only one of her friend group that's gifted. Dog, what do you want? I don't know what my dog's complaining about. Anyway, trying to think. Actually, it's almost 9:30. Um, which means it's time to end stream. Because I've got some other work to do, and I'd like to try to earn points, so I'm gonna probably do another uh adopt batch or something. I don't know. Oh, why is she screaming? Just because? What's up? Anyway, as I said, I'm gonna end the stream. Got things to do. Um, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and bye.